Greetings, friends, viewers, and audience around the world. To the Love Them Knives channel, LTK here. Yeah, we're being crazy today. It's a football Saturday, so we can do that. What do we got? CH knives. Whew. I got this little beauty in from China. Man, can't remember where I got it from. Which seller? No, I'll show you in a little bit, I guess. I'll give you a link to this. This is the CH3005. Now, here's the deal. So, CH brand knives. Look at the back. It's blue and beautiful. And of course, who is it? Slide Tech out there. He's like, LTK. It's got to be blue, bearings, and big. Well, we failed on number 3. It is not big. This is a small knife and it's very light. And you know what? I like it. You know, there's times when a small knife, suits your purpose. And this is one. I saw these on CH Knife Instagram, and I'll give you the link to that in the description section as well, because you can keep up with what he's working on. The guy, I call him Ping. That's kind of a nickname. But he and I exchange emails every once in a while and stuff like that. But he used to work at Kaiser. So that was interesting. I didn't know that for a long time, but I found that out. So he went out on his own and decided he was going to do his own thing. And he's made these CH knives. And, the 3001, 3002, 3504, 3503, 3501. I mean, a bunch of different ones. I'll put the links to all the reviews I've done on his knives in the description section. And you can see there's a bunch of them. And they're really good knives. And I don't love every one of them. I mean, he will get out there and do very different things. Check this one out. This is a flipper, framelock, carbon fiber, titanium anodized, titanium that's anodized blue and matches on the back spacer. And that's a crippled dog leg right there. I don't know what the hell that is. It's a pocket clip. But it works. And it's got 2 screws in it, so it'll hold it in place. Ain't moving nowhere. Obviously, it's got a hardened steel insert inside the lock bar area, which we can see right there. So, that's important to keep lock stick from happening. Also, wear on the titanium. And this is a flipper tab that's way out in front. This thing is way out. No jimping. Thanks a lot. But actually, it's pretty easy to grip and flip. So this one kind of has a real snappy attitude. It's snappy, all right. I mean, it's not like one of these swinging gate, like I'll get out there eventually type knives. This is really a snap. So can you fail it? God, I think I try. I pretty much claim I can fail any flipper knife. Yeah, but this has got pretty good detent. But of course, it's a very light knife, so when you don't have a lot of mass here in the blade, it's almost impossible to gravity flip. So no, this will not gravity flip for me. At least I'm not willing to try and blow my shoulder out trying to get it to do that. But very forward front flipper tab, but it's okay. Because it somehow, your finger works well with this. And I guess maybe it's this milled or this angle here that your finger can wrap around this. Kind of an interesting blade design, right? And it's stone washed. Now these are AUS 8, which I guess was the whole foundation for cold steel, right? I mean, I remember buying their knives in the 90s in AUS 8. And they were doing that right up until, well, they still do on some, but mostly they've gone a lot into the CTS XHP. But you know what? That's only been the last couple years. So OS 8 was their world. And, you know, so is this. So this is a stainless. It helps with obviously the cost. If this was CTS 204P or M390 or something, this knife would be a lot more expensive. So I'm sure he sat down and figured, where's my audience? Where's my buyer sweet spot? What are they looking for? And this is the $50 range knife. Titanium frame lock flipper, bearings, carbon fiber, done pretty nicely, good fit and finish, good action on the pivot. So how many knives do you get like that for 50 bucks? I'm still asking the question. Are there some answers out there? Because you know what? When you throw carbon fiber and titanium together, then yeah, it presents a little bit more of a challenge to try and find an equivalent. Yeah, and it's actually sharp out of the box. OS 8 sharpens up just fine. It's not the edge-holding champion of the world. To me, I have to disagree with one viewer that was in, one guy that was featured in Knife News, and it was, oh God, was it Cedric and Ada? It was somebody, and he did a thing where he did a lot of cutting tests with different steels and said, you know, the MOV steels, OS 8, it may have been 440 as well, he threw into the pot saying they are, to him, substandard for folding knives. Steels shouldn't be used, or he wouldn't buy them or recommend them. Then he just threw Kershaw completely under the table, under the bus, as well as CRKT, as well as most of the Bird line for Spyderco. So I don't know. I hate to go down that road. I think the MOV steels, I know they can sharpen up razor sharp. Are they edge holding champions? No. But you know, it's like 60 cuts was his deal. So 60 cuts? I may not do 60 cuts with this knife. I mean, before it won't slice paper like that. I may not do 60 cuts with this knife in 3 or 4 months. You know, I rotate and this and that. So, and I'm not always cutting something with every knife. So if I only have to touch this one up once every 4 or 5 months, I don't think that's terribly inconvenient for me. But in any case, so, you know, Cold Steel had their proof videos out. They were taking OS 8 and cutting rope and doing this and that. And look at their proof videos from back in the day. I mean, so I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I can go that far. Yes, they're not the superior steels, and yes, if you need edge retention and that's primary and you're doing lots and lots of stuff, then yeah, okay, I'll go with that. I think he's a really smart guy, and I think he's really doing some cool stuff, and I like his videos, and I'm a subscriber to his channel, but I don't know if I'd have gone that far. That's a lot of people you're running over with the bus. And, you know, that's a lot of history you're putting away. I mean, there was custom knife makers using 440C steel in the early 90s, okay? So, you know, it is what it is. You like the pivot collar here? It's gold. On the other side, it's gold. So blue and gold, that's cool. I like it. I think this is really attractive. I know I'm going to get grief on the OS 8. Well, it wasn't my decision, okay, to begin with. Would I have done it with S35VN? Maybe, yeah. But you're trying to hit a price point, but you're still trying to put out a really nice, handsome knife. And yeah, this one is good looking. And I've gone almost 10 minutes and haven't even put a tape to this son of a gun. So it's not even a 3-inch blade. It's a little over 2.5, okay? So let's call it, depending on where you want to measure it, 2 5/8, 2.5, whatever. 6 inches overall, should we call it, which is, oh, not quite, maybe 15.5 centimeters. Millimeters wise on the blade length is what, 65? 66? What do you think? So yeah, I mean, I've never had problems with osate. 0.139 of an inch, so that's pretty good blade stock for a little guy. About 3.5 millimeters. Now overall, what do we got? 11.21 millimeters. 0.44 of an inch, so it's fairly slender. It's not as fat a fat boy as a lot of your standard EDC full-size knives, which are around at full ½ inch. This is 0.44, a little thinner. Feels good in the hand, still feels somewhat substantial because you got this titanium frame on here and a titanium backspacer that encloses a lanyard hole, which is nice. Keychain knife? Yeah, I don't know. Pretty big for a keychain knife. 2.5 inch blade though. And you may be asking the next question, which I have anticipated. God, can I get this thing to stay out here? How much does it weigh? Well, 3.1 ounces. Pretty light. 81 grams. Would it make up its mind? Yes, make up your mind. 81, 82, 2.9. 2.9 ounces. It said 3.1. We got a problem here. Get my coffee cup away from there and I won't bounce it back. There you go. Pick it up and put it down again. I had to drink some coffee. Yeah, 2.9. Okay. Under 3 ounces. Are you happy? I think it's cool. And these come in. Oh, let me throw some paperwork at you. I'll throw it at you. I'm gonna get all my little pieces of paper. What was I saying? $50 range? Okay, 57 bucks. Did I get mine? Well, I used Ebates, so I got. I think I may have got mine off. I did get it off of AliExpress. China high-end EDC. I do recommend them as a seller. They're really good. They're solid. They've done a lot of transactions and they're aces up. They got these to me in a relatively decent time frame. I think it was 2 weeks. It wasn't exactly super fast, but it was solid. You know, you can depend on them. And, you know, by the time you take 3% off, I don't know, you're getting it 55, 54, whatever. So, flip. Here's your stats. You know, it's total length, blade length, handle length, blade thickness. We did 3.5 millimeters. Yes, we are. Osate, carbon fiber, titanium alloy, hardness 59 to 60, stone wash, bearings, 80 grams. Yes, we do. Now, and here's your pictures from online. And that's interesting, isn't it? Check that out. Look at the pivot collar. I just noticed that. Blue. It's gold on this one. I got jacked. And what I wanted to show you is, you don't have to get blue. You know? I don't know what this is called. I don't know if it really looks like that in reality. Now look at that blue one. Yeah, that does have a gold collar, and these have blue. My world is in chaos now. I have no idea what the hell's going on. In any case, but it flips well. It was really good out of the box. There's no blade play, no lock rock. And you know what? Lockup is not real strong. Here, let me do this again. Flip it, then take a look. Yeah, it's almost scary too early. It is a little early. And I can't really push it over much either. If that's 15%, that's about all it is. It seems solid, you know. But yeah, you want it to wear a little bit, maybe, over time. And is it centered? Yes, it is. Perfectly centered. Good blade stock, you know. Pretty solid tip on this dog. Small knife, easy to carry, very light. 2.9 ounces. Handsome carbon fiber. Nice textured titanium. But, you know, I threw this up on my Instagram, and then I got the comments, you know, about the OS 8. And most people didn't comment at all about it. I think they kind of understand. And, you know, I'm sorry, but I'm not a steel snob, and I've got friends that I talk with that are not steel snobs either, and they contend that 99% of the people out there are probably never going to use the super steels to the full, you know, potential. So, you know, you can bitch and moan as you wish, but you'll probably never appreciate anything better than this much anyhow. And me, I rotate, so it takes a long time for a blade to get dull enough for me to throw it on the sharpener. But when it does, this sharpens a lot easier than M390, believe you me. And so it kind of makes it a pleasure to sharpen a knife with a little softer steel. Just saying. I don't know. In any case, the 3005, I like it. I do. I mean, I don't have a lot of real small knives in my collection, so this will be handy. And I like the action on this one. And carbon fiber? When did that happen in the CH knife world? I really like it. I think he's doing some cool stuff. And I've seen on his Instagram, which I said I'm going to put the link. Check that out. He's got a spinner knife. He's got some other things he's doing. And making an even bigger knife, bigger knife, that I'm kind of excited about. So he's coming up with some cool stuff. And God, his knives are all over the place. I mean, all over DHgate, AliExpress, and they're showing up in some other markets as well. So he's getting well known. And 99% of the feedback I get on his knives are people who are just absolutely thrilled with the knives. The quality, the action, the fit and finish. So, me too. I'm a fan. Am I a fanboy? CH fanboy? Yeah. I like the guy personally, and I you know, got sucked in with the 3504 skull knife, which when I saw that, it was a lust buy. I had to have it, and they were freaking 75, 80 bucks. I don't know. Titanium S35VN. I'm going, how can I go wrong? And when I got it, I loved it. So I got every color of that, the bronze, the yellow, the blue, and then 3501, 3503, just every one of them just clicked. A lot of them are in D2. This one's in OS 8, so this is a little bit of a departure, a little different type of steel, but action's really good. I think I'd put a drop of nano lube on each side of the pivot, but just a matter of giving it some workout, you know, and they just smooth up. The bearings get better and better, although this one was great right out of the box. Thank you so much for joining me. 3005. Cool knife. I'll leave a link to where I got mine with China high-end EDC. Check it out if you're interested. If you like the smaller knife, if you like the CH knife brand in general, and you like the carbon fiber titanium, different ano colors, I do. And you know what we do around here. We love them knives, so stay sharp.